Alright guys, so Pocono happened yesterday, and yeah guys, this is the NASCAR Cup Series, the Great American Getaway 400 NASCAR Cup Series Pocono race review, and yeah, this is in my opinion just an average NASCAR race, that we're gonna have there's gonna be some moments that happen, and this race yesterday was this was like a perfect example of an average NASCAR race. So basically, it's a 5 out of 10 race, an average NASCAR race. If you ask me, fuel strategy was a thing. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys who the winner is right away. It is indeed Ryan Blaney. He gets his second win of the season in like 5 weeks, I think. Yeah, five weeks. So he hasn't won since Iowa, and he's been getting really good. He has been on a stretch of races over the summer that he has been really good, been finishing in the top 10. And finally, guys, Denny Hamlin finally gets a top 10 finish. Man, he hasn't finished inside the top 10 since Gateway, and just wow, finally the top 10, well, the top 10 not getting in the top 10 streak ends. And so that's really good. Really happy as a Denny Hamlin fan myself. And Tyler Reddick finishes in this top 10. It's same as Bubba Wallace. He gets closer to that 16th place playoff spot because Ross Chastain crashed out in stage two. Well, he got loose and hit the wall and ended his day. But man, um, but now to get into starting getting an actual race. Ty Gibbs, he won the pole for this race, and stage one was won by Martin Truex Jr. and stage two was won by last year's winner and seven-time Pocono winner, my guy, of course, Denny Hamlin. And man, guys, Denny Hamlin, man, so close to winning for the eighth time, and man, but happy. I'm really happy that he had a good points day. He had like I'm not sure, but he might have the most stage points because he won stage two and finished second in stage one. So nine, borderline almost perfect points day for Denny Hamlin, and getting closer. He's like four. I mean, he's fourth in the regular season standings, of course. But Chase Elliott, he, in my opinion, had like the one of the fastest cars on the track today. Or yesterday to be exact. He was just flying. He was just passing through cars. He and Denny Hamlin were my opinion, or were the two fastest cars. Kyle Larson was my pick going into this race because of he's he's good at this racetrack, but man, he didn't do as good as I thought he would be. I thought he would be at least competing in the top five, but fuel strategy was a big thing, especially in stage three, where they pitted with like 45 laps to go, where Todd Gilliland hit the wall with that caution coming out. Literally came everyone down pit road, and we're talking about fuel. How much fuel would these drivers get? And Ryan Blaney didn't take as much fuel as Denny Hamlin, who had to stay longer because of more fuel. So that happened, and Ryan Blaney got more track position. Then, of course, we had this stretch of cautions where Corey LaJoy and Kyle Busch got together, and Kyle Busch did throw an aggressive block, and Corey LaJoy, when Corey LaJoy hooked Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch out of this race. Like, Kyle Busch, like, he's out at, he was out at Iowa. He, what, Kyle Busch is on a terrible stretch. This is like the worst I've seen Kyle Busch ever, guys. This is the worst I've ever seen Kyle Busch. I've never seen Kyle Busch perform this bad. Like it has to be it's his equipment. It's where the position he is right now. Kyle Busch at this point, he's gonna have to win. I'm like, like if you watch my winners predictions video back in January, I said this many a times. But my pick to win next week is Kyle Busch. According to my winners predictions video, guys, he's not winning a race anytime soon. At this point, the best chance he has a chance at winning at is Daytona. That's it. Other than that, if he doesn't win Daytona, he's not making the playoffs. I have zero hope that Kyle Busch will. He can win a Daytona. Anyone can win a Daytona. But besides Daytona, if he doesn't win a race, he's not making the playoffs. It's I don't. So that's all I gotta tell you guys from there. Ryan Blaney, he was really good. Team Penske, that was the team that surprised. Like I didn't expect Team Penske to go to be competitive at Pocono because they weren't really good in this next gen era at Pocono, but this year they turned up the heat. Logano got a top 5 finish. Blaney with his second Pocono win, which by the way, this was the track where he got his first win at, and my goodness, he was still with the Wood brothers at that time when he got his first win. And what I mentioned about Chase Elliott, if he didn't have that speeding penalty along with Larson, Suarez, Ty Gibbs, and Suarez, Chase Elliott would have been in contention to win this race and could have been a battle between them two. So, yeah, and Ty Gibbs, he ended up blowing a motor, and Ty Gibbs ended up blowing an engine, yeah. So, yeah, not to mention stage 3, we had that incident where, I think it was Zane Smith and John Hunter Nemechek got together, but which Zane Smith, he surprised me too. Got finished, qualified inside the top 10, was looking good, but he got caught up in that incident with John Hunter Nemechek, where he squeezed McDowell, and then he and Nemechek got together. So, yeah, but and also the Fords had speed. The Fords definitely had speed in this race. Josh Berry led, Chris Buescher led, Brad Keselowski had a good car. So the Fords were definitely surprising. They've showed that they now have speed when it comes to the big oval tracks. So yeah, and congratulations to Ryan Blaney on getting his second Pocono win and his 12th career win for the driver of the number 12. So yeah, Blaney's 12th career win. He's driving the 12. So yeah, and Alex Bowman, he finishes third. Last week he had that big win at Chicago, and that really carried a lot of momentum. Carried momentum for Alex Bowman clearly. A lot of top dogs were it finished inside the top 10. Like a lot of top dogs were in the top 10, including Logano, Byron. Byron, he actually started on the outside. He started qualified second, I think. Yeah, he qualified second, and he was in the top 10 all day. Congrats to Byron. Reddick continues his top 10 streak. Truex, he was leading, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe he just fell back. But yeah, it just Ryan Blaney with a strategy that involves getting shorter fuel that worked in the favor because I believe that worked in the favor because of the cautions, the cautions that keep coming out, and we had a string of yellows. So yeah, I believe Daniel Hemrick as well. He had some sort of issue in the final few laps, but gotta talk about that Kyle Busch and Corey LaJoie incident. If you want to know my take on it, Kyle Busch, yeah, he did throw an aggressive block, but I mean, Corey LaJoie's crew chief said that he got what he deserved. I mean, which he does. I mean, it goes, but I don't really know, really whose side I'm on. Clearly, I'm not sure if what Corey LaJoie did was on purpose or a misjudgment. But if it was a misjudgment, it was misjudgment. It was a big mistake. But But the thing is, if it was on purpose, if that was on purpose, that would have definitely been guaranteed a suspension. Definitely, if you ask me. If you intentionally right hook someone and Kyle Busch came back up the track and take out so many bystanders, that had to be a suspension. But I doubt it. I doubt that LaJoy did it on purpose. So I mean, in my opinion, it was just a misjudgment. But Corey LaJoy, that was a mistake, and LaJoy, he hasn't done as good as I thought. He's in the 30s in points. That's not good. Carson Hocevar has been better than him this season, if you ask me. So LaJoy, he's gotta get it together, if you ask me. So yeah. Noah Gragson, he did hit the wall towards the start of the race in stage one. Um, so yeah, and I need to talk about the playoffs. Ross Chastain's now plus 27. His cushion has been halfway erased, and Bubba Wallace is now plus 27. It's possible that's Bubba. I hope Bubba Wallace makes the playoffs again. I'm picking him to win Michigan, guys. So hopefully he can point his way in. I like the stretch of races. We got I like the stretch of races. We got Indianapolis, which Bubba Wallace, in my opinion, has been good on the big oval. Has been good on the big ovals. We got Richmond after the 2-week Olympic break, which I think he did well at the Richmond race earlier this spring. if I remember right. And then we got Michigan, and then Daytona, and then Darlington. So I am really confident in Bubba Wallace over these next few stretch of races that he can do really strong. So yeah, guys, congratulations to Ryan Blaney once again for getting his 12th career win, his second Pocono win, and yeah, congratulations to Blaney, guys. So in my opinion, this was an average race. You had fuel strategy coming into play. Fuel, fuel was the main thing that drivers are going, or like pit crews, or the pit crew chiefs are going to talking about. Like fuel strategy, like what's the best fuel strategy. If those cautions wouldn't have come out, this, in my opinion, would have definitely been a fuel mileage race. So, yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this Pocono race? Congratulations to Ryan Blaney once again. Let me know in the comments below. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.